Hey folks, Jonathan here. Day 6, getting ready to get started. I just got back from town and Noah's already been started. I'll show you what he's doing. Okay, he's got the steering, the floor out, got the body unbolted from the frame, shifter, all the floorboards. And now we've got that roll bar off and he's finishing up. There's some pieces back here that's got to be cut loose from the frame that they welded to it. Everything from here forward was bolted on really well. Everything back here was just welded, and as you can see, it wasn't welded on real good. They did make this panel bolt on, so we're taking this panel off to make it easier. Well, we're not. Noah is. Did you ride your horse today, Noah?
No, I couldn't. No, I got no horseshoes on.
You got no shoes? You put just two shoes in the front, and then it would squat like your
I'm on a front-wheel drive horse.
Front-wheel drive horse. Do they make the front-wheel drive horse? There's a wiring. Everything looks pretty decent. Not terrible anyway. Surprised they've got the frame, the subfloor probably 3 inches off the frame, and that's kind of weird why they would ever do that. You could have made yourself 3 more inches, well 2 more inches at least. You'd have brought it down some. So we're gonna try to get as much room out of this next one as we can, and we're not going to chop the top on it like Noah wants, and we're not going to channel it real far like Noah wants. So I told him if he wanted to chop or channel something, he needed to chop and channel his horse. Okay, so we got the back panel off, and I'm already seeing stuff I don't like. That bracket is not on. First, it ain't on straight, but it's not all. It's also up high. It's not in the same location as the other one. So that's going to be cut back loose and moved, because if not, it'll bother me to death. And they've got a parallel leaf, but they also have a transverse leaf, I'm sorry, and then they've also got coil springs on it. So I'm not sure why they done it the way they done it. They probably could have just put coilovers on it and been fine. So it is here. I thought it was welded. So we ought to have the body off here shortly. All right. Okay, folks, we got the body off. We got another pressure washer. You can see how big that kick-up is and where that gas tank's at, and that's why we can't have a rumble seat for everybody that was asking. So we're going to get it ready, and then we're going to get it parked. I'm going to pick up a fine spline clutch, and so we're going to try to get the 5-speed in. We're going to shorten the drive shaft about 3 or 4 inches. Redo the cross member. We're going to try to get all this cleaned up first. Okay, folks, we're sort of at a standstill until in the morning. I needed to get a fine spline clutch for the transmission so we can get this 5-speed in. My original idea, and I still may do it later, was going to put the Y block in. I really wanted to put the 239, that 54 model I've got, in here. But time-wise, I'm not going to be able to do it. Plus, we're running into steering issues, so I'd have to move the box. And I just want to go ahead and get it going. So we're going to go ahead and put this 5-speed behind it. I've got another 5-speed I can put behind the other engine, or do the measurements and all to get something adapted to it. But okay, we got the mock-up 5-speed in. This is not the one we're using, but it's just like it. The pedals I think are going to go forward anyway, but the shifter's forward a ways because we're using one out of an S10 instead of out of a Camaro. But we can bring the shifter back. That's not a big issue. But I think once it's moved up where it's supposed to be, firewall is going to be right here. So it's really not. It's not going to be that bad. But like I said, the pedals are probably going to get moved up, and I don't think I'll have to do anything on the brake lines. They've got this one curled so we can have a little extension on it, and the other one of course runs to the front. And the clutch, we can just shorten the rod up, so it's really easy. Shouldn't be a problem at all. And so now it's a waiting game until we can get the clutch and all that good stuff for this. So we're actually going to go ahead and do this trunk real quick, and then we're going to get to work on the body panels. That's all of our mission is body panels the rest of the day. All right. Okay folks, we're playing with the trunk lid. Should be some bows to get out. We shrank it around the sides and wrapped it, and we'll have to cut it off and bring it up. We've got quite a bit to do here, but we're getting there. I think we've got it a little too far on the other side. We may have to stretch it just a little bit, but it's working. And once we get it all down, it'll be okay. Alright, we're going to keep at it until we get this done. Okay folks, we're working on the skinning of it now. We've got it all taken care on the sides. We shrunk it to the same shape and went ahead and put the skin on. Now I've cut this in and bent it over and crimped it. Now I've got to do the other side here. Once that's done, a little welding to do, but we're going to test fit it and make sure we can get it aligned where we want it. All right. Okay folks, we do have a trunk lid on. We've got some adjusting to do and some tweaking, but it's a little high back here, and we got to close our gap up. A few little things, but it don't look too bad. It's going to work out just fine, and we'll keep working with it until we get it right. But I'm not too worried about it until we get it all mounted on the body, and show you a couple things about the body I don't care for. Oh, also I did start on the panels. I haven't got it finished up yet, but I started hammering that one out for the quarter here. Noah's got me steel cut out for every piece except for the door. He's getting ready to do that, so we can move on with the panels. Okay, a few things about this. I don't think there's going to be any issues, like I said, on the pedals. Something that I don't like, I can't quite figure out why they've done what they've done. They've got this frame kicked up really high, and even with the spring setup that they've got, this could have been mounted down lower, and they wouldn't have had to make the frame kick up so high. And the bad part about it is it's just taking up so much room in the back of that car. But we're going to live with it. Hopefully, I mean, we're going to clear it all. We should. If not, we'll cut it down. But I'd really like to cut it down anyway, but I don't have time, so I'm not going to mess with it. It really definitely needs lower. Not sure why they put the coils. I think at one time there used to be a bar in here. I've got an idea that at one time it had a bar across it, and I see mounts right there for coilovers, and it's got ladder bars. I don't quite know why they didn't just run coilovers and that's it. So we might do a little changing, we might not. We'll see how it goes. But as long as we can get it to fit. One thing I did notice too, the way they had that body on there and they didn't have it cut out good, the body was trying to guillotine the brake line, so that wasn't good. When the suspension went down, it was hitting the brake line, barely touching it. So, alright, okay, corners will be here tomorrow. We'll get right back to work on everything. Since we got the trunk on, I'm not going to mess with it anymore until we get some panels in. And then now we've got the frame set up, we can get our floor level and go ahead and start on that also. So we're going to move right along on it. Almost forgot something, folks. I want to show everybody the grill I picked up. Or I didn't pick it up. A buddy of mine brought this to me. It's in rough shape. It's rusty, but it matches the rest of the car. Somebody's painted it silver, but the bottom of it, as you can see, is rusted off, but somebody wired it to it. But I don't need the bottom because we're going to shorten it up anyway. And we'll just use the stop section and get the panel off of it. Let's see how it's made. But that'll cover that radiator up really well and work out real good. But Johnny Doe Cummins, JD Cummins brought me that. He's a good friend of mine. That he's actually the one that got the C-Cab truck from me. And for those of you that remember that, he does have it on a frame and stuff, and I'm going to get over there and get a video of it before too long. But what I was talking about yesterday when I was talking about letting everybody down, I wanted to do a video a day on this. I really did. I wanted to try to keep everybody updated. And I know people like to, you know, watch the videos. They like to watch, you know, something that is getting done. And there's, you know, other YouTubers that I watch that, just like, I don't know if you're familiar, some of you might metal detect, the Hoover Boys. Every Wednesday they have a video come out. And I believe if they missed a Wednesday, I would miss it. And, you know, that's just the way I am. I sort of look forward to that video once a week, and there's plenty of other ones. I mean, that's not the only one, but you know, Cold War Motors, I enjoy that. I enjoy their straight 8 build off they're doing, and you know, you look forward to them. And but if you're expecting to be out and then they don't come out, it kind of bothers me. But you know, that's the way it goes. But that's what I was meaning by that. I just wanted to get one a day out, and we're gonna, like I said, keep at it and try to get this thing done as quick as we can. And at least, like I said, have it mounted. I'm gonna hopefully have some red primer on it. I'm probably gonna go ahead and put the windows in it. I do have a glass kit that has all the windows, but I won't have the door glass windows in because I don't have the tracks and stuff. But I can get the corner windows in, and the back glass and the windshield into this new frame when it gets here. It should be here today after tomorrow. And you know, once we get the primer on it, and I know I've got a lot of welding to do. You know, I'm gonna spend at least a day, full day from morning until night welding, and I keep getting pulled away with tows and other things, so I don't get as much done as I'd like to get done. And you know, I push myself. You know, I work a lot of hours. Probably way more hours than what I should and what most people do. And I would say I've probably worked as many hours, you know, at my age as some people do in their whole lifetime. But I'm addicted to work. You know, I enjoy it, and that's what I want to do. So, you know, working to me is, you know, doing record calls that are unexciting. In other words, a recovery, you know, a winch out, you know, rollover, something like that, that's exciting. But just going to get in a tow and moving it from one place to the other, that's a pretty boring deal, and that's the work to me. This is fun. This is really enjoyable. I told Noah the other day when we was first starting to put this body back together, when it was falling, you know, falling in pieces, and this rear quarter was folded around or laid down inside of it, and I told him, I said, I don't know that there's anything that I'd rather be doing than exactly what I was doing at that time, which was, you know, putting this old car back together. That's just, you know, how much I enjoy it. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and you know, I'll try to keep a video a day. If I miss one, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm hoping at least until, you know, the 19th, the cruise in, that we'll you know, have one per day. And I'll be glad to get this body on, and then I can get stuff like my trunk adjusted and stuff. And it came out really well. This not dented up anywhere. You know, we got lucky on it. You know, what I did was I took the flat sheet, I broke the ends on it, on the brake, and about 3/4 of an inch on each end, and then and this was 36.5 on the inside, and then we actually put it in the shrinker. And I don't have a foot pedal for the shrinker, so it's sort of a two-man job. So Noah was operating the handle, and I was moving it around, and we just kept shrinking until we got the right profile. And I used that wooden piece that I used as a pattern for the ribs as a piece to make the profile. So but we got it. It worked out just fine, you know. And like I said, we'll get all the gaps right on it and get it tweaked. It's a little high in this corner right here. I don't like it, but I don't want to tweak on it at all, and you know, until I get the body on. And we may, and it may be because I've got the jack under here, and I may have the body twisted again, which it's a good chance. I need to look. And I was jacking up this side for some reason. And anyway, we just stuck it on there after we got it done. So, all right, I'll quit rambling, and we'll see if we can get some more done tomorrow. So far, I don't know if I've got any tows lined up for tomorrow yet, but I think we'll have some time. And oh, tomorrow evening is my grandson's birthday, 4 years old. Time flies. So I will be definitely stopping and going to my son's house tomorrow evening. So if I do a video, maybe we'll get it on early. So, all right, I appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.